Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another workflow devotion with Darrell and Arlene. I pray that God is continuing to bless you. My prayer all the time is that God is injecting Himself into your life and that you are allowing Him to do just what He needs to do to take you where He needs to take you in your life. Today is the day before Thanksgiving. So let me start by saying happy Thanksgiving to all of those of you that are children of God, those of us that are proclaiming His name. I give you blessings and I send God's angels to you. Not that I have any power, but because of who He is. He can do all things because of who He is. And we can do all things through Him if we allow Him to be the head of our lives. Today we're going to talk about a subject that many of us need to hold on to. We're talking about today exercising your faith sometimes hurts. The actual exercise of your faith sometimes hurt. Many of you, if you've been watching, you've seen me on several different golf courses. And while I'm on the course, I'm constantly working out. I go out there more to work out than I do to play. It's more exercise to me than it is the fun of playing golf. But when I go out there for the exercise, sometimes in order for me to get better at what I'm doing, I have to try to do things in a more efficient manner. So I learned a new swing that is dynamic. It took my game or my score up a couple of notches, or in golf it's actually down a couple of notches. But with that came some pain. I started to use muscles that had not been used before. And I found out after about a week of this excellent play, my back started hurting. So there was some pain that came along with the increase in my game. Well, many times in our spiritual walk, as we exercise our faith, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes the exercising of your faith will send pain to you. You will, as you exercise your faith, people will talk about you. As you exercise your faith, people will withdraw from you. As you exercise your faith and eliminate some of the doubt that surrounds you, others will look at you and say, it doesn't take all of that. But exercising your faith is exactly what we need. Just like with me swinging that golf club, in order to perfect my game, to get it better, I needed to learn some things about the game that would take me to another level within what I'm capable of doing. In that we're trying to exercise our faith in Christ, sometimes the things, the dots and the arrows that are thrown at us would make some people put down their Bible and just walk away. Because sometimes it seems so heavy on you that you're just ready to give up. But exercising your faith, even though it hurts sometimes, it actually takes you to another level. Abraham exercised his faith. Abraham exercised his faith when God told him to sacrifice his son. That did not feel good to Abraham. Abraham, with everything he had in him, he went on to do exactly what God had asked him to do, which was to sacrifice his son, because he believed that if he sacrificed his son, God will bring him back to him. So he exercised his faith. Now, I would imagine that the real exercise of Abraham's faith was when God told him to listen to his wife and to put out his oldest son. His oldest son, which was Ishmael. Now, Abraham loved his son, but he had to exercise his faith. It hurt, but what God had planned for Abraham, it needed to be done. And sometimes it hurts when you exercise the faith that God has for you so that you can go to the next level. Well, we know that not the end of the story, but we know that God did bless Abraham and also blessed his seed and is continuing to bless that seed. David, in exercising his faith, he had to run many times. He ran from Saul. He ran from his own son, Absalom, because he did not want to hurt his son. So he chose to run rather than to fight with his son. His son ended up being killed, and David moaned and he groaned about the fact that he lost his son, because exercising your faith sometimes puts you in situations that just don't feel good. We also know that Peter exercised his faith. Peter went up to a man that was crippled and told him, he says, you know what, by the power of Jesus Christ, stand and walk. I can only imagine what was going through Peter's mind. He had seen Jesus do those things. He had already experienced those things. But he was also there when Jesus had been crucified. He was also there when they asked him, do you know this man? And he lied and said, I don't know him. His faith was being exercised right then, but Jesus had already prayed for him and told him and said, look, your faith, just hold on to it. And when you receive your power, don't forget to take care of your brother. Exercising your faith hurts sometimes, just like physical exercise. When we exercise, muscles are usually put under pressure. And the pressure from putting those muscles up, the pressure of those muscles can sometimes hurt. But the end result of putting those muscles under pressure will give you and take you to a whole nother level in Christ. Paul exercised his faith. Paul, all the things that he had learned, all the things that he knew from his teaching, all of a sudden, everything that he learned had to be turned around and had to be explained in a more perfect manner. And when he was knocked off of the animal that he was on, and Jesus said, why are you persecuting me? He had to exercise the faith that was inside of him based on what he was going through that took him to another level. So much until Paul says, I was taken, well, he doesn't say I, he said, I know a man. I know a man that was taken to the third heaven. He would not even put it on himself. And then he ends that part by saying, but a thorn was put in my side, unless I would think of myself as being more than I am. Sometimes exercising your faith will take you to levels that God only can handle for you. So as you continue to prepare yourself for this Thanksgiving, as you continue to prepare yourself for what God has in your future, understand something, that wearing a mask and being prepared and exercising your faith will take you to levels that God has for you. Now, a lot of people feel a certain way about wearing the mask, and they will sometimes even approach you and ask you, where is your faith? Well, I would say to them, when the death angel was coming through Egypt, And they were told to stay in the house. Some of them did not stay. Some of them did not put the blood over on the top of the post nor on the side, because they did not believe. Though they believed in God, they were not willing to exercise their faith based on what they were being told. And some of them had to perish. Even some of God's people passed away because they would not listen to reasoning. And the reasoning was, put the lamb blood on both sides of the post and on the headboard, and stay in the house. So as we prepare to be with family and with friends, do it in a manner that you're taking care of those that are around you. And don't let anyone come in and exercise your faith for you, because them exercising your faith for you will not increase your ability to go to the next level. Only you can do that through keeping your mind on God and staying within His Word. Well, I pray that everyone has a wonderful holiday weekend. I pray that tomorrow you're able to really give God praise and thanks for the things that He is now doing in your life, for the things He has already done in your life, and for the things that He will do in your future as you continue to exercise your faith, knowing that He can do more with what you have than you can. All you have to do is exercise the faith that you have, and He will take it to levels that you never believed, because He has more for you. He has more for us. All we have to do is give in to the Spirit of God that's within us and allow Him to take us to the next level. Well, this has been another Workflow Devotion with Darrell and Arlene. I pray that God is continuing to bless you, that He's continuing to guide you. I pray that you have enough faith to allow Him to take you where He wants you to be, that He will then be your guide. The Bible tells us that the steps of a good man is ordered by God. What makes you good is the Spirit of God that's within you. All you have to do is have a little bit of faith. It may hurt sometimes. You may not understand it sometimes, but He will take you to levels in Him that you could not even imagine. Well, until Friday, God bless you. Heaven continue to smile on you, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye.